actually my Imam today, Fikret Fazlic. Just a little information about him. Fikret is born in the former Yugoslav Republic in today's Serbia. A few years before, the family had to seek refuge from the upcoming Balkan wars in the 90s, which is why he spent his childhood partly in Germany. He attended an Islamic high school and madrasa in Serbia. And then he studied Islamic theology and religious education in Bosnia and Herzegovina at the Faculty of Islamic Studies. From 2013, he was Imam of the Islamic community in Bensberg until he came to Austria in 2016. And since then, he is Imam of the Islamic community in Graz. The community in Graz sees itself as a multicultural community and includes many ethnicities, although the majority are from the Balkan countries. Fikret says it could well be considered the largest community, with a smile, in Austria, because in recent years, a large mosque was built on an area of 12,000 square meters, quite big, which will cost about 50 million and more. So it was a really huge project. And because the community offers a variety of activities for about 500 children, as well as other educational opportunities. So this community is very active, and there are around 2,200 families, when I remember well. So it's quite a huge number. So now it's a pleasure and it's an honor to give the word to you, Imam Fikret, and listen to your words about today's title, Islam in Austria Today. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Michael. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Fikret Fazlic is my name, and how Michael said, I'm the Imam in the Islamic community here in Graz, in the city of Graz in Austria. It's a pleasure for me to speak to you, dear brothers and sisters, and also to you, dear Islamic scholars. English is not my everyday language. We speak German, and this is an interesting thing for the Muslim here in Austria. Two things who brings us together, all the Muslim, but different is Austria, are first the Islam as religion, and second the German language. And also we used to use the German language in the mosque. I want to speak today to you about the Islam in Austria in 4 parts. The first one is historical. When are coming the Muslim, or until when are the Muslim in Austria? What was in the 17th century and something like this. The second part, I want to speak about the actual number of communities, different communities in Austria. Then about my community, the Islamic Cultural Center here in Graz. And at least also about to speak how the Muslim are living the religion, and also how they should take also their Eid and celebrate their Eid also here in Austria. At first to say, because I'm also European from the Balkan, there are 3 different ways how the Islam was coming in Europe. We know 2 of them. The first one, Tariq ibn Ziyad, with the Arabs, with the Berbers over Spain. The second one was over the Turks, the Ottomans over the Balkan, and also until Austria and Vienna. And the third one, maybe not so famous, is the way how the Islam coming in Europe over the Tatars. And these are 3 different ways. Now we have not even one of these ways was centuries ago. The people now in Austria was coming here in the last century, in the 20th century. At 1616, more than 400 years ago, we had the first Quran translation of the German language. We in Austria speaking also German language. And until now, from 1616, we have more than 30 or exactly 31 different translations of the Quran. And this is interesting is 26 of these 31 are translated by non-Muslims. The last one was 2012 by a Muslim. And how I said, we have 31 different Quran translations in German language in Austria. At 1878, a part where Muslims, also today, belong to the Austrian-Hungary empire or kingdom, and this was Bosnia. The Ottoman was going back, and in this area is coming the rule of the Austrian-Hungary empire. This country and also the population of this country, which was most of them Muslims, are becoming a part of the Austrian-Hungary Empire. And we have, for example, the first Islamic law at 1912. It was because of many of the Muslim Bosnian soldiers who was belonging to the Austrian-Hungary Empire, and also in the World War, the first, was also involved in all this. After then, we have in the year of 1979, again, a reformation of the Islamic community here in Austria, because until 1912 to 1979, there was Muslim living also in Austria, but there was not organized in communities, and the religious life was also not organized. Until 1979, we have also Islamic community in Austria, and the number of the mosques, the number of the Muslim who was coming to Austria was growing, and also today growing. And in the year 2015, there was again Islamic law, especially for the Muslims and the Muslim communities in Austria, which defined how the Muslim communities can be connected with communities or institutions abroad, non-Austrian communities. And then, yeah, this was the first part, maybe short, but just to say it was not the Muslim in Austria, not until the 19 years, until the Balkan Wars, or even like the 70 years, the Muslim in Austria are earlier here in Austria. And the big number of the Muslim in Austria, or Austrian-Hungary Empire, was from 1878 with the occupation of Bosnia from the Austrian-Hungary Empire. The second part is about today, how many Muslims are today in Austria, and how many communities, I mean, how many mosques or how many masjids are in Austria. Exactly to say how many, it's difficult. It's not so easy, because it is one side really easy to not to build, but to organize a community. And you just have to go to the police and to say, we have 40 and more people and we want to branch a community as this. And then it's a process. The Islamic community in Austria has to approve this and to say on the end, yes, we are belonging to the Islamic community in Austria. And we have only one Islamic community in Austria. This is the Islamic community, Islamische Glaubensgemeinschaft in Österreich, IGGIÖ. Second, over 318 different communities in Austria. The second thing, we have only 4 mosques. And one of these 4 mosques are also my mosque, or our mosque here in Graz, which we are building until 2012. Then, how many Muslims are in Austria? We have also different numbers, the number of the government, the number of the Islamic community, which say how many we are, and also you can read in the papers. And these numbers are between 9 and 11% of the population in Austria are Muslims. I can say in the European Union, you have not another country like Austria where so many Muslims living by the percent, because there's every 10th person is a Muslim in Austria. And also interested for Austria is in the European Union, we have only 4 countries which are accepted the Islam as a part of the, I need Michael to translate, Teil des öffentlichen Körperrechts.
It's a community with it's a public body, a legal public body. So. Okay,
thank you very much. We have only 4 countries in the European Union with this, and one of these 4 countries are Austria. It means the Muslim children have Islamic teaching in the school. This one who going to the army, who going to be a soldier, has also a possibility to go to Friday prayer and and also another part like a hospital or jail. And also the Muslim in Austria can take free the first day of the Eid twice per year. Okay, this was the second part about how many the Muslim are in Austria. Then the third part is about my community here in Austria. There are big communities, but I didn't know so big like we are here in the area, because the mosque, it's coming every day new families and new members who want to be a part of our communities. I have to say there's also countries in the north where the Muslim coming to Austria because it is near from, it's not too far from the Balkan countries where they actually are from, by the birth. And also it's one of the European countries, and the families who are coming from the United States, or family also who coming from Canada or from another countries who coming to Austria to find the job and who want to live in Austria and also want to be a part of all these activities which we offer to the communities. For the small children, for teenagers, also for the young people, for the old people, for men and women, for Muslims, but also for non-Muslim, we have different activities which we offer in the communities, where they can part. Before Corona, there was every Friday non-Muslims was coming to the mosque to see what are Muslims they're doing, how is this speech, what are speaking about, and this. Now in the Corona, it's not possible by the different rules, but it was before Corona and hope also after Corona again. Now in our communities, in our community, we have more than 25 different nationalities, or people from the 25, 30 different nationalities who belong to us. And it is a pleasure also for me to be an imam of this one community, because as Muslim, one ummah, one God, one Rasul, one Qibla, it is also, how I'd say, a pleasure for me to be the imam of this community. And also I was seeing today, for example, the father is from Pakistan, the mother is from Ukraine, and they coming to us because we have also a community in Graz, which is Afghanian one. Maybe they're speaking, they can communicate together, but the language what bring these two different people together from Pakistan and Ukraine is the German language. And also they can understand the teaching of the mosque, and also they are teaching for the children the mosque in the German language, and it is part where people are coming. We have now in our program with Corona, it is a little bit different, but there are so about 500 children who are coming to the mosque. It means they have until the week also Islamic teaching in the school as a subject. Islamic religion, but they're coming on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, and also on the mosque with the families and want to learn more about the Islam. But it's not also teaching about Islam. We try to make that is a mosque on the weekend should be also a part of my growing up as a children, okay? Not only one per month, not only Fridays if I'm possible to go. That weekend is a day for me where I can go into the mosque. And we try to do different things to bring this people together, to meet them, to connect them with each other and the communities in the last few years, growing up really fast. And the last one from my side, the fourth, is about how are the people living in Austria, the Islam. I want to say, I said there's between 9 and 11% of the Muslim of the population in Austria are Muslims, and you will find in different works, different jobs, different areas, you will all over there find also Muslims. And as a Muslim, you can also take part in all this position. On another side, I have also to say we're a little bit fairer because the Islamophobia is also growing up in Europe and especially also in Austria with different things, small things, but the number of this Islamophobic thing what has happened is growing also up. And now in Corona, the mosques are open, but there are rules. For example, there should be 2 meters distance from the next prayer in the mosque. You have to come in the mosque with a mask. You have to come in the mosque with a prayer carpet and something like this. And our mosques are big. but there are also small communities, small prayer area, which cannot do this, because if we take 2 meters distance with another prayers, we can maybe 20 people can take part to the prayer, and this is for 20 people to do this. It's not possible, and there are also mosques in Austria which are closed also now in Ramadan because of all these things. For me, as Imam in Graz, I want to invite you to come to Austria, to visit Austria, the mountains, the seas, but also the mosques and the Muslim ones in Austria, to visit also Graz. It is a city of art, or it was a city of art. It's a very interesting city here. And I am also there in the beginning of the year, school year, and also the end of the school year, I were invited to come in the school and to make a celebration together with Pfarrer. Priest. Also with the priest together, Imam in my verse, and the priest also to take it together, a celebration. This is also possible to do different programs in the city and like this. On the interreligious program, there are so many things are also happening. For example, in Graz, we are taking traveling together, and the dialogue, interreligious or interfaith dialogue, is something which is very good also here in Austria. There's also, different kinds of dialogue. Dialogue between the representative from the religion, it is happening. The dialogue between a neighbor and also people who are working together like this, or people whose children are going to soccer or football playing like this. But there's also still a place where can the dialogue be better between people in everyday situation like this. I was preparing only these 4 things to speak about the Islam in Austria, about the history, how many people, since when are the Islam in Austria, how many mosques are in Austria. And the last one, which I want to say tonight is Laylatul Qadr, we hope so. And I want to speak the positive side also of the Muslim and the Islam in Austria. But there's also a thing which is not so nice by the Muslim in Austria. This is the mosques are getrennt, separated by the nationalities. For example, in Graz, in the city of Graz, we have 17 different communities. And all of these 17 are national communities. There are Turkian communities, there's also Afghanian communities, there's Albanian, Shishani communities, Bosnian communities, Albanian communities, and so. And where should go Austrian Muslim? What is for the Malaysian Muslim or different, another Muslim who are coming to Graz to study, because also Graz is a city of universities. There are more than 50,000 students in Graz, where they should go, because in these mosques are speaking Turkish, Arabic, Urdu, or Dari, they're speaking Albanian, Bosnian, and something like this. This is a part which is not so nice, because there's no correlation between this mosques who are living together, for example, in Graz, and then there's also no correlation between the young people. And I see the last few years, there are so many young people who are coming to us because we are speaking also German, and this is a language. My parents, it's a home, they speak maybe Bosnian, like Turkian or Arabic, but my language, okay, I was born here, for example, a young man, I was born here. My language is the German language, and I want to hear about the faith, about the religion, on the language which I am understanding, which I'm dreaming on this language. And this is maybe one part which is not so nice by the Muslims also in Austria. On another side, because these masjids, these mosques are national mosques, I'm becoming every week 2 or more questions where different people coming to me and ask if they can marry in our mosque. The last one was, she's from Afghanistan, and not she was born in Austria, but their parents. and he or his parents are actually from Kosovo. He's Albanian guy. And it's a pleasure for me coming to me to ask me to identify with this mosque which we are building. And on the end, this project which we are building, it is only a project. It is a house, and there we have to work, and we are working on this to fill it with life, to fill it with activities, to fill it with smiling. And today, it was Saturday, the children was also in the mosque for teaching, for learning, and by the Salatul Zuhr, by the praying, the children was running between the safs. It's not a problem. It's not only today. It's also the last few years when we praying. The children are running through the safs. It's possible. Okay, I make a point here. Maybe it's only 20 minutes now, but I'm waiting for your question. Maybe you have a question for this and those. What is you're interesting for Austria?
Yes, maybe I wait for questions too. I will check. But I have one question now already for you, because I would be interested in the intra-religious dialogue. You know, you have the inter-religious dialogue with all the different communities in Austria, but you said that the intra dialogue is probably not the best between the different communities. Do you have an idea how to establish a better communication between the different communities, maybe also to strengthen the Muslim Ummah in general?
This is a very good question. It's also something about what I'm thinking, what we can do. And I think the question is concrete here in Graz is we can just to make projects where everyone can identify with this and take part and bring people together. This is something what we have to do, and also the young people. But you have to know one thing. With Corona, and all these communities are financed by themselves. Okay, if this small communities, and now the last 1.5 years with Corona, if I have no activities, I have to pay my bills, and they're also going this right, then some mosques will be closed, because they have no to pay all the bills. And to build a mosque or to organize a community where the language will be, for example, Farsi, okay? And there should come only people from France. It's a small community, and also there's so many people from Afghanistan, for example. With the time, it will not be possible to finance all this. Okay, and the Muslim in Austria have to understand, if he one ummah, okay, then there's also the Albanian guy. The Albanian people are also my brother, as like Bosnian people are my brother. Now we are still there, which we are Afghanian, we are Albanian, we are Turks, we are Bosnian, and something like this. We belong together, and it's maybe a long way in front of us. Everything else, intra-dialogue, is more or less good, but this is something what needs time. The young generation who are coming, I said they are speaking better German, like another language, and it just needs time to come with this. Okay, we need it will become also more international marriage. Okay, young people will marry not only someone from Bosnia, he will marry someone else, and this will bring also to that thing which are together for us, where we can come together, is the religion of Islam, and second is the German language. Okay, I know the people, we are on the work together, but to go in the same mosque, no, we are not going to the same mosque because there's someone speaking better Afghan. So I have to say, the old generations, the Muslim in Graz and also in Austria, are people who are coming because of work, and they was coming without families. And I was in the group with people who are from my same community, from my same mother language. And even if I'm 10 years in Austria, for example, from the 70s until the 80s, I was speaking all the time my language, not the German language. I didn't use it. Why do I have to use it? Okay. And the generation who are coming after then, they don't understand so good any another language like the German language. This is a two-part, the language with a new generation which are coming, okay? And the young people making also pressure on the imam, on the communities leaders to say, hey, we need something on the language we understand. This, what we are speaking, is something what is not up to date and also not actual for the time and place where I'm living. And the second, we need projects. Project will bring people together. We had, the last project was to travel together to Bosnia. The project may be also to come together for the Eid, to cook together. It's just a simple, small project, but where can people come together just to speak? It's the same like the inter-religion, also the intra-religion is also the same. We need this project.
Thank you. I have another question from the chat from Jai Shaoin Yusuf. How do Austrian Muslims or Muslims in your community spend Ramadan and celebrate Eid al-Fitr?
Okay. It's not good to begin the answer so, but it is different from community to community because of the opportunity and possibility I have. How big is my area where I'm praying? Okay. Beginning from this, and now also in the Corona, is it possible to pray there? And is it also make sense to open the mosque from 20 people if there are 500 people and all the rest, except this 20, to say, sorry, you cannot go inside, you have to go home. By us here, we have also a great area, and we was today preparing for the Eid. We are accepting maybe more 1,000 people who are coming to the Eid because it's a day, a celebration day also in Austria. People not working on this day. And people will come to us because they know there's a huge area and we can pray also outside. Maybe 3 or 4 parts of the people who are coming to the Eid will be outside to pray this. And I can speak what was before Corona and what is now in the Corona, because we had the experience last year with Corona, with Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. But Ramadan and Ramadan, I was speaking to the people in the khutbah 1 month ago and said, you know, this year when the Ramadan is starting, when it's ending, please take free on the work and to spend time in the mosque. And many of the people are doing this, and we have also a program in the mosque. The program is Salat al-Fajr, the prayer in the morning, and after this we have a zikr. We bring to us in Austria also 6 Hafiz al-Quran, 6 young people who are studying in different universities. One of them are from Jordan, one was studying in Macedonia, another one had experience in all different Arabic countries and also in the Western countries. They are speaking 4 or 5 different languages, and also the teaching before Tarawih in the evening are different languages by us in the mosque. And this was bring people together. They was hearing there is something we want to go there, not only just to pray, something more. Because as in my imam education, from my teacher, I heard he said the people didn't need a good imam to be good Muslims. He said they need a good imam to be organized Muslims, because the religion is organized from the 5 prayer per day. You need to organize them. Aqim as-salah. From the zakat, this is also something what there should be people who organize all this. Ramadan is something what I need to plan, to organize in my family, also my community. And Hajj, you know, this is not going without this organization. Okay, the people we in Graz spend the days of Ramadan In the evening, also in the mosque, the Tarawih prayer and also different speech, different languages, which remember the people, what the religion are, what is need to do, how to be better Muslims, and like this, I think this is all over the world the same. Eid al-Fitr this year will be possible, and I hope that the next year, 2022, we will be free of Corona and we can celebrate. Means we can organize also to eat together, to celebrate together, to be by the mosque, maybe to spend all the day of Eid. For example, this will not be possible this year. After Salatul Eid, we have to speak to the people to going home, not to stay in front of the mosques, not to group them, not to come together, to take this distance of 2 meters, not only the mosque, also in front of the mosque should it be. Okay, I'm speaking what is actually possible, not what is actually possible to do with Ramadan. But I started with the Salatul Fajr, with the morning prayers, and also to the Salatul Zuhr. There are coming so many people, and I'm seeing this, how many people coming to the mosque. Also to be there, to read the Quran, to try to pray every Salah also in the mosque. And then to Salatul Asr, Salatul Wusta is the main program by us in the mosque. Before Salatul Asr, we have different Quran teaching for the children, different Quran teaching for the women. We have also this Hafiz al-Quran who are reading one juz of the Quran. We're praying together Salatul Asr, and after Salatul Asr, we are speaking about this juz which was readden. What was the most important message which I have to take from this part? And after then, I know maybe it's not okay to say it so, but it's because it's a Corona, but the young people, the children, are playing a little bit football in front of the mosque just to use the time together until Iftar. For the Iftar, the years before, we had every night 300 or 400 people who are coming to the Iftar in the mosque. There was people, alhamdulillah, who's coming and say, just organize them. People from our community, we will pay all this. And it was a beautiful time to be together, to be in the mosque, to pray Salatul Maghrib, to take the Iftar. It was not just Iftar a little bit, it was really, wie sagt man, 3-Gänge-Menü.
3-course dinner.
It was a 3-course dinner. It was, and then to stay in the mosque and to organize, to say this Friday or this Saturday it will be a program for the women. This Friday or Saturday it will be for the younger people. Or this Friday or Saturday it will be a day to invite our friends, our neighbors, our non-Muslim, with whom we are spending the day, every day together, to bring them also, to invite them to take iftar also in the mosque. And also to the Tarawih prayer, I have to say, Europe, the people are working like all over the world, and the Tarawih prayer we are praying only 8 rakats, because after then we wanted the people coming again in the mosque to Salatul Fajr. And we are 2 imams in the mosque, and we are also speaking to the people. Okay, it's good to be in the mosque for Salatul Tarawih, but you have also to come to Salatul Fajr. And Salatul Fajr is more important than to be a Salatul Tarawih. And every day, and now the last 5 days, we see how fast the time is going, And my message to the community tonight will be, we should try to find, or we should looking for Salat, for Laylatul Qadr, but inside us, in my heart, should at first, I'm looking for this, and also to try to speak with the people, to connect with the people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said so many times in the Quran to bring the people together. They should come together. And before 3 days, we was reading, Imam, we was reading also the Surah Luqman, where the father speaking to his son, what should he do to be a good man, to be a good Muslim, to be a good son, but also tomorrow to be a good father, and to bring all this thing on the next generation. Werte is value.
Yes.
because the most important Aufgabe, task. The most important task of one generation is to bring the values on the next generation. And this is Luqman saying to his son, be thankful to Allah and to your parents, and this all others. And they say, you should not take your face on another side from the another people. And this is what is very, very important also in Ramadan, to looking for Laylatul Qadr and all this message which coming with Laylatul Qadr inside us, in our hearts, and then also to go outside.
Thank you for this one. I'm really ashamed that I'm not in Graz and be with you tonight there and also to Eid al-Fitr. I have another question for you from the audience. Why is there Islamophobia in Austria? Is it due to prejudice and social bias from non-Muslims or Muslims' behavior and impact? How Austrian Muslim communities respond to Islamophobia?
We have an office in the city which are documenting all these racistic acts, also anti-Semitic acts, but also Islamophobian acts. And we becoming a report on end of the year, and we can use it. Not only we Muslim, everyone can read this, see and read, and to see from year to year how this acting, this happening Islamophobic in the society outside. Maybe it can be also in the bus driving to the school and sitting in the park and drinking coffee, whatever else. You can, the number of these acts which are happening Islamophobic with a background, Islamophobic background, from year to year are growing up, becoming more and more. It is really difficult to say why it is happening. We're trying to do our best. We're trying to bring the people also in the mosque. We're trying to be also on the social media over there to speak with the people, to show where we are, what we are doing, what is the message of Islam. But there is also on another side who are trying, who are making all what is possible in this to show that Islam is not this, that this Islam is barbarian, that this Islam is trying to have a hidden agenda against the society where they're living, and that these and those and all this think what they're thinking. But I think also in this situation, also we Muslims have to try to give our best to make more. And also the interreligious dialogue should be better to show, to bring the people and things like this. I have to say also this. We have also political political parties which are far right, who are speaking against Muslim. And first against Muslim, but not also against Muslim, but also against everyone who is not Austrian, also against Black people, also against Jewish, also this. And this is one of more different political parties. There's only one, but they're really loud. And the question for me, dear brothers and sisters who are looking this, is what should I do as Imam, as a Muslim? Should I live my life and to try to be a good part, useful part of my community, of my family at first, my street where I'm living, and also in a community, in a city, to making my work? Or should I running behind these people and whatever they say, this is Islam, false? To say, no, this is not Islam. This is a question which the people are saying, asking themselves, what should we do as Muslims? Showing, making our world, inviting people to pray, speak about Islam, speak about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or should we running because these people and say, no, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true? This is a big dilemma also for the Muslim, and also what they should do. And I think now the Muslims are not running behind all this, what is coming in the social media and what we can hear over the television from these far right parties to say no, this is not. And we try this time to show what Islam is. Okay, I hope you understand me. Which of these two parts should the people doing? This is a question also for me. What should I do? And my communities, and I think the Muslim in Austria, they say, let us do, make the prayer, make the dua. We are the first Islamic communities. We are there to organize the people, to live their religion, to explain them the religion, to bring them the religion, to be my religion, to live in the everyday. And I don't know how to say how you maybe can something learn from us on this side, but it is something what is happening in Europe, not also in Austria. We can also read or hear on the television also what is happening in France and different European countries. Hungary is not also far from here, but the question is really what we can do against this. I was a few weeks ago before Ramadan to visit the Jewish community also, and was speaking with the president what we can do together as minorities, Jewish and Muslim minorities, against anti-Semitism, against Islamophobia, together to bring them people, because this what was doing with the Jewish people before the Holocaust and also after, what we are seeing today are really, really similar, like what is happening also with the Muslims, and what we can hear and see, and what is happening in the social area, and also outside with Islamophobia and with the Muslims.
Yes, there's a follow-up question regarding the terror attack last November, the 2nd in Vienna, with 4 or 5 people shot. I think it was 4. The question is, how did your community respond to this event? What was the action of you, for example, or can you remember what happened?
We as a community was closed in this time because of the Corona rules. We cannot do everything else, and do it. We closed the mosque. We say now until in this time, the government said it will be only until the beginning of December. Okay, and we said, okay, for 1 month we can close also the mosque. Okay, and from December it will be open again. It wasn't open again. It was closed until the 8th of February. This year, it was 3 or 4 months closed. But I can remember this day what was happening also, and we was coming together to speak about this. What was happening there, and what should we do also as a community, as one of the big communities in Austria. And we was also writing something of our Facebook against this. We said, the non-Muslim people say, you just saying this is not Islam, okay? Not only the last one beginning in November in Vienna, it was also there are others, the last 5 or the last 10 years. Whatever was happened, besides the Muslim terrorists, we are acting, we are writing, we say this is not the Islam, this is against Islam, this is against the humanity, this is again a good relation between different religions who are living on the West. And we becoming a feedback from people, they say, you're just writing, this is not Islam. What can you do? The question, why are this man or this man's doing this? What are such social backgrounds? Who was motivating them to do this? As someone from the mosque, did he was motivating for the mosque? What is with the social networks? What is with the hate speech we can see and hear all over there? What is with all these things? What is with equality between not only men and women? When we're speaking of equality, we say men and women. What is with equality in this society about different group of people and all these problems? But we write this, once. And second, I was also in Vienna as an imam on this part, in this area where this shooting happened. And while I was there, and I was making al-Fatiha, and I was praying to Allah that in the hope, I just want to say, I won't say I have a dream of a society without violence, but I was praying like Ibrahim alayhi salam, Rabbi ja'al hadha al-balada aminan. Oh Allah, make this place to a safer place. Not only this place, you was looking maybe last night what is happening also in Quds and what is happening all over the world. Oh Allah, make this earth, make your humanity, the people who was creating by you, make them aminin, make them salam, make him safe, but also they should be peaceful. Okay, this was what we was doing. And the third part, what we are doing, we was preparing a seminar, which we are offered to all different part of the communities. We was offer it and send this offer to more than 900 different schools in Steiermark,
province of Styria.
Yes, we was sending this to more than 900 different schools. We was sending this to all these hospitals. We send it to the different organizations who are working with young people, non-Muslim people also. We are sending this to different NGOs to say, hey, let us speak together. What is with the radicalization? What is with terror, with fear, with extremism, with Islam? Let us come together and let us speak open about this. Take your answers, take your question, whatever you want. Let us speak face to face, open to meet us where we are. You didn't need to have fear, but on the end, I have to say again, the people, the majority also in Austria are saying the Muslim didn't do anything. If there's anything, then that is a paper we are sending to the press and to say, this is not Islam, we are against all this and something like this. But the question is, what should I do as a Muslim? Okay, we have the Islamic community and the Islamic community should do this, but also what? Okay, what should you do, Abu Dhabi or everything else, everywhere else, when something is happening in your country? What should you do? The question is. Or what are the people accepting to do from us? We said, we invite you. And this was the last. First, we was writing something on Facebook. Second, I was in Wien, on this area, and was praying to Allah on this place to make Austria a safe place and all over the world. Third, we was preparing a seminar about the Islam, about the young people, working with young Muslim people. We was preparing, the third was about the Muslim woman. Who is she, the Muslim woman? And the fourth was about the radicalization, about the extremism in Islam. What is this? Is he coming from the Islam? And this was also, and the fourth one was inviting a community to come to us to speak together and inviting the community, if they want to read the Quran, we will send you, give it to you, however, a Quran you can read by yourself. And if you have questions, please come to us. Maybe it's not much, but this is what we was doing. And I have to say, after the whole terrorist act, which was doing by the Muslims in the last 10 years, we are erschöpft. Am Ende der Kräfte.
End of the power. No.
End of the power. Thank you, Michael. With doing all this as a community to explain every time this is not the Islam.
Yes, I agree totally with you. I saw what happened on Facebook, and also you did not mention it, or maybe I did not hear, but in 2017, already 300 imam was signing a paper against anti-terrorism. Islam does not have to do anything with terror. So maybe we come to the last question from the audience, and it's about the youth. The World Muslim Communities Council also has a youth forum in which I am part in it. So it would be interesting to hear from you the answer to the question. Can you shed light on issues of Muslim youth in your community? Are they active in leadership and programs of your community? Do you have good advice and experience to share about engaging youth in mosques?
Okay. 5 years ago, about when I was coming, I was thinking about sadaqatul jari, something which should be there also after me when I'm going from Austria, and it's a wish of me to go into another country to have this whole experience, and also to give my part with all my experience to organize maybe also Islamic community with young people and with the programs for the young people, because I was find a picture in social networks. It was about standing something like, if there's no love, lachen, okay, and if you don't hear kids' voices in the last part of the mosque by the praying, you have to answer for you about the future of the mosque. Something like this. If there are no children, what is the future of the mosque? And we were starting the program, okay? We want to have this step by step, really, step by step, like we organize a playing group for parents with their children who are new birth until the third year. We were thinking, so when a mother bringing a child in the world, should she stay at home the next 2 years? Why? We don't buy out the mosque only for old people, and even not only for men, also for women. They should come and adapt on the mosque, okay? They pray, they're playing in the mosque. They can also play football. Why not? Okay? But when you hear the azan, okay, now I should sit down and just wait this 5 and 10 minutes, okay? And then we organize a playing group with children between 4 and 6 years. They coming after kindergarten in the school. This was a group. We said, for the first year, we want to learn only the last 5 surahs from the Quran, the last 5 chapters from the Quran. But the children was learning this for the first months, okay? But we said, no, not more, only 5, because we want the children say, you, father, mother, you're going to the mosque. I want to go with you to play there with the other children, okay? To make mosque something what is, I'm going friendly over there, not just sit, be quiet, be quiet. There's no place for you. Just make it family friendly. And then we started first class in the school, first class in the mosque, second, and so until the 7th. And it was so I'm going to the first class in the school, and the weekend I will see another children who is going also in the 5th class in the primary school, for example, different primary school. We come together, and we said, okay, the teaching in the mosque should be 3 hours. I come into the young people and speaking until now it's the children about the first should be, we want to learn something. There's a lecture about Islam, of this history or Quran or the Sirah, whatever, but only it is a lecture. The second, however, should be a creative work. Okay, we should do something together. Let us have fun. And the last one, we should bring the time spent in the mosque, pray together, Salatul Zuhr, Salatul Asr, and just be in the mosque. When it's not there, let us play together. After the 7th group, we organized something which is called teenager teaching. We said teen mekteb. They're coming the young people, 8th and 9th degree class to the mosque. This is the oldest one. They should not come on Saturday and Sunday when the small children is coming. We have another days for you. For example, Wednesday evening or Friday evening, you should come to Salatul Maghrib. Let us sit together. Let us show a film. Okay, the last one we was looking was Inventing of Lie. It's a Hollywood production film, but let us do something interesting together. Let us go outside. It was action together to clean the river of Graz, Mura, or let us go on the bike tour together. Let us go on the mountain together, and all this just to make something with the mask. And after then, okay, we have from the beginning, and if you finish with one, you go in another. All these steps, and we have also the young group, or youth group, from the 16 to 22. We say we cannot say young people from 16 to 35. It is a young people, but we want to concentrate from 16 to 22. What we can offer these people, and we organize a program. It's called My Quran. What are we doing? Every week we have another topic. And when I'm the teacher, I'm preparing for this topic, which page or which chapter from the Quran should we read? And let us speak about this. I was today reading a hadith and the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam who said, in the first time, there will be so much people who are understanding the Quran, but not reading and memorizing the Quran. The last time of dunya, there should be so many people who are reading the Quran in Arabic and memorize them, but not understanding the Quran. I just want to let us learn to speak together, okay? I see by young people, they cannot communicate normally. What does it mean? Let us speak an hour together, a half hour about any topic, okay? Let us express my feeling. Let us to learn how should we Konfliktlösungen.
Conflict solutions.
Conflict solution. How can I bring this until to the end and everything else which I should learn in the mask? Because many of the masks making a mistake. If I ask my friend from the faculty, and he is now the imam on the in Finland, I asked him what is youth program in your mosque, and he explained me. Okay, we have halka, you know, coming together in one Christ to read the Quran, and we have halka, sagt er, halka, Friday prayer, halka, Friday prayer. This is not something what the young people need. Okay, at first, what I need. The last time I was with the young people on the mountain, I was asked them what they are hearing, and they showed me which musics, okay, are they hearing, and it was something very interesting for them, because I'm a imam speaking with them. Don't say music is haram, okay, finished, haram, it's a mistake. No, let me hear what are you hearing, and after 22, we have different groups, and we organize them in groups to show who of them like football, soccer. Let us connect, make a group. Who of them like driving bike, okay? Who of them like different things, and making groups with these people, and not just make a group. Let us do something together. How it said, we need project, okay? If we see the life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's maybe a rhetorical question, but was there 3 months of time without any projects from the Prophet? He was coming to the people and said, let us do this and this. Let us do this and this, and you should, and so on. So we are not doing proactive with these people. Maybe there is a key to organize, to have an area for them, and also to make projects with them.
Thank you so much, dear Fikret. We can learn a lot from Graz, from Austria, and also the activities of the youth are just great. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your information. It was hilarious. Thank you. And for me, it leaves to say, also for Laylatul Qadr, we should have a holy night tonight. Allahumma innaka afoon tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. And with these words, I want to close and leave you the very last word, dear Fikret, to close this session for today.
Thank you very much again for the invitation and for the opportunity to speak to you, dear brothers and dear sisters. I just want to repeat what I said. Welcome to Austria. Welcome to Graz. It will be a pleasure to me to be your host, to show you the Graz, to show you also Austria. First. Second, it is time for all Muslims, or we Muslims should tonight make also this dua, Rabbi ja'al hadha al-balada aminan. Oh Allah, make this earth, make this the countries, give us peace, okay? Give us peace in ourselves, but give us also peace unto the people all over the world. And of course, how you said, the last dua, which is very important, individual for everyone. Oh Allah, forgive us, forgive us. Thank you very much.
Here it is. Fikret, danke vielmals. Das war großartig, war super. Danke für deine Zeit. Ich weiß natürlich, wie viel du zu tun hast und das macht eigentlich noch sensationeller, dass du dir die Zeit genommen hast. Möge Gott dir Baraka Omas geben, so viele, wie du gar nicht dir vorstellen kannst. Dafür, du hast uns einen großen Dienst erwiesen, auch jetzt in Bezug auf, wie sieht es in Österreich aus, wie sieht die Moscheearbeit aus, was können Kinder, was macht man mit Kindern, das war gerade großartig. Vielen, vielen, vielen herzlichen.
Michael, ich nutze nur die Gelegenheit, dich wirklich herzlich einzuladen, nicht auf den Weg nach Graz irgendwas anderes zu legen, sondern wirklich nach Graz zu kommen, mein Gast zu sein, bei mir zu Hause. Und vielleicht die Gedanken auszutauschen, weil wir uns wirklich nach dem Terrorakt in Wien mit diesen Seminaren beschäftigen. Wir haben sie angeboten in der Öffentlichkeit, aber vor allem die Jugendarbeit ist etwas, glaube ich, wo es heute in der heutigen Zeit ganz besonders fehlt. Ich bin in Kontakt mit der katholischen Kirche, da fehlt es nicht an Geld, aber an jungen Menschen schon, mit denen man arbeiten kann. Die muslimische